Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me in this e-presentation. I'm Mohammad Samsud from Monash University, and I'm here to talk to you about our work on human-centric issues in e-health development and uses. This is my ongoing PhD work supervised by Professor John Grundy, who is an Australian laureate fellow and a professor of software engineering. Lee, Huria, and Kung Ho are my co-supervisor. I'll start off by talking about the key motivation for our work, and I will use a sleep apnea mobile app as an example. I will talk about our overall aims to create a more human-centric e-health app development approach. Then I give you some detail of that approach. I will also talk about some progress today to give you a bit of flavor of what we are doing. I'll finish up summarizing some key discussion. So starting off, currently around half of the world population had a smartphone, and authentic statistics reveals that more than 200 billion mobile apps were downloaded only in 2018. Among billion of such apps, e-health apps have become extremely popular. Some include clinical app, fitness tracking app, to virtual healthcare app. One of the main reasons for such popularity is that these health apps help people to take greater control over their health and live more healthier life. However, developing e-health application is not easy, as these apps need to consider the diversity of the user and requires continuous monitoring. In this regard, human factors have significantly impacted how e-health apps are developed and used. We define these human-centric issues as key characteristics of human user that include things such as age, culture, gender, and so on. Incorporating human factor into e-health app development process is challenging, especially to address the need of diverse end user who are age, have wide variety of range of physical and mental challenges, have diverse language, culture, socio-economic background. Let us consider an example e-health app. We call this as a sleep apnea. This app helps clinician to use continuously monitor a sleep apnea patient breathing and oxygen from a remote location. For this app, data need to be updated continuously to provide real-time information. This information can be updated in every moment or batch uploaded after an interval. Dealing with the sensor data and handling the network issue are technical domain concern. However, the design and working procedure of the app must also deeply employ and appreciate the human aspect. For example, app uses data exchange through the sensor and use of extra device should not affect day-to-day life of the patient. It also includes the technology proficiency and acceptance by the user who are likely to have different culture, language, and ages than the app developer and software engineer. The development of the sleep apnea should also factor the emotional both in positive and negative reaction to the app. For example, up-to-date feedback and suggestion potentially positive but being continuously monitored potentially negative. The accessibility of the solution for the people with allergies, physical tremor, poor eyesight, and wheelchair bound is cognitive decline. The usability of this app is also incorporate the use of sensor and modified smartphone interface, accommodating different age, gender, culture, and language of the user, including appropriate use of the text, color, and symbol. Additionally, some sleep apnea user may prefer flexible dialogue with the doctor compared to those needing direct suggestion from the app itself. Failure to incorporate such human-centric issues can result in a mobile app that is unsuitable for whom it is designed by, and possibly unsettling, invasive, and even some potentially dangerous technology. In these consequences, we want to develop a more integrated approach for e-health app development and users that address such human-centric issues of their users. We also want to find out how difficult human-centric issues are being addressed by the developer now, which one are miss or poorly handled, which one are the most important for different end user group. Then we look at the developing ways to improve the support for the user, developer, and other stakeholder of the e-health app in form of improved actionable guideline, workflow framework, tools, best practice example, and evaluation technique. Finally, we plan to try the proposed solution with different stakeholders of the eHealth app through an example eHealth development project and its produce app. To do this, we are reviewing a set of existing eHealth app, relevant literature, current development procedure, evaluation guideline, and conducting surveys and interview among eHealth app end user and stakeholders, also considering the developer as well. As summarized in the abstract of this paper, we present an analysis and gaps of the recommendation about the key human-centric issues for eHealth app, some preliminary result for our pilot user studies, and a discussion of current and planned future research. Initially, we are examining two related research questions for this project. First one, which human-centric issues in eHealth app are most important for different user group? And then the second one, how do stakeholders identify human-centric issues in e-health app domain and what should be integrated? To answer these two related research questions, we are conducting several research-related activities. For example, we review a number of authenticated and widely used existing guidelines. We analyze a set of e-health apps based on the existing method and based on our own experience. We extracted around 100,000 medical keywords to identify the development pattern and include also human-centric issues. And we are conducting two different user studies focusing on the developer and end user of the eHealth app to find more detailed insight for answering the second research question. Although there exist review papers that investigate the strengths and limitation of the human-centric issues in mobile app development, however, this review almost a decade old, and since then best practice has been revised a lot. Therefore, we evaluate more recent literature in this domain to answer the first research question. The mobile app rating scale, popularly known as the MARS, it is a simple and reliable tool for measuring the quality of the mobile app. Firstly, it evaluates app through two sources. First one is the app target and the theoretical strategies. Then it evaluates the engagement, functionality, information and recommendation for the app quality measurement. The second one I like to mention is the Health App Assessment Guideline from New Zealand Ministry of Health Wing. The guideline focuses on two key areas. First, it provides a guidance for clinician and consumer that include key point to consider for selecting an appropriate health app and evaluate the effectiveness of health app. Second one, it provides guidance for the app developer that include key point to consider before deciding to develop a new health app. I'm not referring all these guidelines due to the presentation time limit. Final one I like to mention is the World Wide Web Consortium guideline, or popularly known as the WAI guideline. It defines the accessibility and summarizes its applicability for mobile platform. The guideline discusses how to handle the issues related to perceivability, operability, understandability, and robustness. This table shown in the slide summarizes the preliminary result for the first research question. It analyzed, we find it the usability, accessibility, reliability, versatility, and end user experience are essential human-centric issues for the eHealth app. But by no means these are all the key issues that we are interested in and having work on or currently working on. We also find that there is a long way to go in this domain, particularly if we want to address this issue appropriately. For example, we found resolution and responsiveness in the current method are well organized. However, most of the eHealth have followed a minimalist design, have less user control, are inconsistent and does not maintain high standard for the content. Therefore, we recommend to develop more usability focused methodologies. Similarly, during accessibility analysis, we found repair support and assistive technologies for the user are almost absent. Hence, future eHealth app need to emphasize the input modalities and specific need of the target audience during design, development, and deployment. In contrast, we found reliability issues are well maintained in current approaches. Then in versatility and user experience, we found there exists information gap. Here we need to provide variety of health information communication service at different level of the user community domain. In the second research question, we try to find a big picture view of the current practice, challenge and approaches being used in this domain and fundamental future need. For this purpose, we designed two different user studies. Some preliminary findings based on these studies are summarized in this table. In the pilot run, responded over 6 different countries considered the human-centric issues in eHealth app are essential, where reliability, accessibility, usability issues need further attention. We also found that the respondents were particularly satisfied with current app versatility but are less satisfied with the adaptive service and user interface, and more concerned about the data privacy. Overall, most of the approach suggests that the eHealth app should be trustworthy and, if possible, authorized. Now, in the next step, we plan to selectively interview the two key participant groups to better understand the challenge and to address these issues from human-centric perspective. That is, get feedback on key deficiencies with the current app they try and use and triangulate with the above finding. Then we will summarize the crucial finding and evidence why the identified gap are considerable problem and why this need to be resolved. In the third step, we plan to exemplify how we can proficiently resolve this gap. Finally, we will try the proposed solution with the different stakeholders of the eHealth app in form of feedback, ultimately on an example, development project and its generated app. So let's move to a few final discussion. First, we are reaching new approaches to mobile eHealth app development and uses that consider the humanistic in the existing scheme in the research project. And the project aims to find the new ways to determine which human-centric issues are essential to include when discussing health application, how software developer can do this to increase the effectiveness during its uses. The project also look at ways people currently use eHealth app in terms of the human-centric issues. We are particularly interested in getting insight into eHealth app developed for challenged people. However, there are a couple of threats related for this. For example, our research largely depend on the quality feedback both from the mobile app developer and eHealth app stakeholder. As we already discussed, adapting human-centric feature for diverse user is challenging. The target domain eHealth app and the human-centric issues for this research might create an additional obstacle to this project. We also face deficiencies to fully understand the right balance in target communities and target solution. For example, supporting a patient with sleep apnea, the app-based solution should not affect the user day life. However, continuous monitoring in the app is needed, then fulfilling the observational constraint with the maintaining human-centric requirement might hinder the app practical and useful uses. We are also interested in how other human aspects such as the preliminary type, personality type, IT proficiency influence the eHealth app. To this end, we present a preliminary assessment of the two primary research questions along with the research methodologies for our ongoing investigation on supporting human-centric issues in mobile health app development. It also illustrates the next research plan with corresponding risks and how we plan to address this challenge to assist different target communities. Currently, we are investigating two additional research questions to extend this research. First, how can we combine the important human-centric factor into eHealth app development, analysis, evaluation, and uses, and then do the augmented actionable guideline framework, evaluation method, and best practice example. We are trying to prepare help and improve the eHealth app produce. We are currently in the second phase of this three-phase research project. The third phase is scheduled to be complete by the December 2022. Thank you very much for your time and listening to me. I am happy to take a few questions.